Mud Daddy review. I'm going to talk about the Mud Daddy. If you shop through any of the links in the video description below, will be at a commission at no extra cost to you, and by subscribing to the channel both will help, thank you. So a few people have been interested in the Mud Daddy, which I bought. As you can see, I bought 2. So I'll give you a little bit of a review on it. I've used it 3 times within the last 2 weeks. My review, my score would be 4 out of 5 for it. I'll tell you what I'll give it for in a minute. Basically, it's like a petrol can. What you put warm water in. You don't put cold water and you don't put boiling hot water, because the boiling hot water will stay boiling hot in it. So you just want warm water to bath the dog or to rinse the dog. I might set my dog off with this. And then you pump. I told you. Pump on the basic model until you feel some resistance. And then there should be no water in this one. You're just going to press the lever. Oh yeah, the bit of water is going to come out. And the water will come out. You can lock, this is the basic head. You can lock the head. So when you press it down, lock it. I'm not going to do it again. There's another reason I got the power head, because of the noise of that and what he does. Yeah, you can lock it, but then the water will run out and then you'll pump again till you feel the resistance and continue rinsing the dog. It's good. Yes, I've only had it 2 weeks, but for me, I'm so excited about it because it is so convenient when you're on a muddy dog walk and you can just rinse the dog down. Just rinse the filth off. For me, I've got a dog with a lot of coat. Coat on a dog is the dog hair. He's got a lot of feathering underneath. And the setter, when they go for a walk, will get filthy when it's winter time. You almost put off going for a walk because you know how dirty the dog's going to get. I've got a hydro bath and a dog grooming salon up the road, but it's not convenient to go up there. I want to go on an hour walk or more, and I don't want to have to spend an hour washing the dog. Within 5 minutes, under 5 minutes, I can rinse the dog down with this. He's pretty much clean. Towel him down, layer up the back of the car with towels, and by the time I get home he's nearly dry. It's absolutely brilliant. For me, it's more convenient for what it is actually doing than the machine, if you get what I mean, which is what I've said to other people. So it solved a problem. That's what's good about it for me. The actual machine, or whatever you want to call it, it's so basic. I say it's like a petrol can with a hose attached to it. It's alright. You know, I really don't care, because it solved the problem of a dog being filthy who lives in the house. 4 out of 5, because why have they put brush on the end? What I want is, which I've got within this, is to be able to rinse the dog down, rinse the dirt off the dog. But I don't need a brush as well. I get that other people may have a short-coated dog and they want to brush the dog. But the brush to me is pointless. I don't know why they can't supply a hose, you know, a shower head or a brush. Because we really don't need to use a brush. That's why I've given it 4 out of 5, because I could do without the brush bit on it. But I think it is that good, the concept. I don't know how long it's going to last. I'm not really bothered at all. I do think it will last quite a while. As you saw with the dog with that pump action, that's the problem I got straight away. When I started pumping the water, where you sort of pump the pressure in here, the dog starts climbing all over me when he was soaking wet, because he gets excited about any kind of silly noise, and just made it a little bit harder to try and hold the dog at the back of the car to rinse him down. Where when you get the power head, which is exactly what it says, it's a USB, you can charge it in the car, a USB connection in it, and then you just press a button and it's on. And you've not got to pump, so the water's just going to continuously come out. You don't have to buy a separate one to get a power head. You can put the power head on here. But by getting a power brush. At some point it's going to run out, isn't it? It's meant to last about 5 hours once charged up. You cannot, so imagine you're halfway through doing the dog and that needs charging. You can't just switch it back to the old brush. It's a completely different connection. And you would need the pump in. So bear in mind, if you're going to get the power brush, make sure it's charged up. But why I've got two is because I think it's actually that good. It's quite powerful. Not like a hydro bath powerful. I mean, if you've seen where I've bathed dogs before, or how I've bathed dogs with the showers I've used, you'll see why I'm so excited about this. I have got a hydro bath from past experiences. I've had a shower had no pressure. I've bathed show champions with showers with less pressure than what comes out of here. It is pretty good to get the dirt off. And for me, I've not got a hot water tap outside, and if I did put one outside, it would be at the front. I don't want it at the front. Ideally, I want a hydro bath in the garden, and it's actually saved me £6 just buying these two, because I want a hydro bath outside and a new shed to have the hydro bath to be able to groom the dog outside. But this has solved the problem because it's actually mobile. I can take it to dog shows if I want. When I'm going to a dog show in the morning, I want to take the dog out, who will be fully bathed and groomed already. But if he gets dirty, now I've got something. I can put a shampoo mix in here, and I can rinse him off with that for the price for what it's going to, what problems it solved for me is perfect. If you were going to set up a dog grooming business and you was on a budget, I've got a video, £200, set up my dog grooming business. One of those little setups after grooming in my mum's bathroom was grooming in a garage, but I had no bath in there. I used to carry the dogs upstairs. You could bath 2 spaniels with this easily if you had a shampoo mix in one and then rinse them off with that, and you had some kind of plastic bath with a bucket. I know it might sound basic, but if you're on a budget, well, I had no bath then. I used my mum's bath in the bathroom. I fancied just getting a shed and rigging something up outside, because I know in the summer I could bath the dog with these two. Shampoo mix in here. I mean, you don't have to have a shampoo mix, you could have a bottle of shampoo. But from using a hydro bath, how that works, a shampoo mix in there would work really well for your first go on the dog, to fully bath the dog, and then rinse off with that. And in the summer, I may do that to save myself having to go up the road, which is not always convenient. And when I get my dog ready for a show, as he gets older and more coat, it's probably going to take me 3 hours. Not 3 hours fully bathing the dog and drying the dog and trimming the dog. Part of that is sat in a cage with a coat on. And I'd far rather be sat at home while he's got that hour coat on. I can be making the dinner and tidying up and doing all sorts. So for me, I'm really, really, really impressed with this. Very impressed. But if you want to keep your car clean, you want to rinse off the mud on your dog. It's perfect. I bought a box off Amazon. I'll put the links to everything below. A box off Amazon, exact size, so I can fit both of these in and have it in the car, so that when you're using this, it's going to be wet and muddy, no doubt, or else the dog would not be wet and muddy. You're going to put it on the ground and then it's probably going to get dirty. And if you've got it on your back seat or in your footwell, for me, it's going to keep the car cleaner by having it in a box and get it out of the box, out of the car. That's what I've got that for, and it does keep it all tidy. Plus, you could put cardboard in the box. I've not got to the point where I need both yet, to keep it warmer for longer. Because apparently it should stay, like I say, it should stay warm for 5 hours, but bear in mind, if it's freezing cold, it ain't going to stay cold. It's not going to stay warm, is it? It's not going to stay warm at all. But on, say, a spring day or a summer's day, that's going to stay hot for ages. Hot, but it doesn't want to be too hot. It needs to be warm when you're bathing a dog. And if you get that right the first time, if you've never ever bathed a dog, get that temperature perfect, warm. Not warm like you would have a bath. You have a bath what's hot, probably. Warm. Not boiling hot, not too cold. And if you get that temperature perfect when you bath the dog the first time with this, you shouldn't have any problems. Because they sell lick mats and Christ knows what else. Tell the dog to behave. Tie it to the tow bar. Tie the dog to something. I need 2 hands. Because I say I'm not using that brush with my dog. I want to rinse it and I want to get my hands in and make sure there's no bits in the dog's coat. And make sure the dog part the coat. So I'd say the brush is pointless to me. Absolutely pointless. But yeah, I'm dead impressed with it. Now, a couple of tips for bathing your dog in the winter in the freezing cold. Because usually you get to that point where it's damp, miserable and wet. Just before it turns cold, it is damp, miserable, wet and cold, windy. That is the worst time to bath your dog outside. And I have bathed him outside twice in that weather. And what the key to that is do it as fast as you can. Under 5 minutes. Try and get it to about 3 minutes to rinse the dog off. A dog like mine, if it gets wet and the wind gets under the tail, you can get what's called a dead tail. And you don't want that. And a lot of other dogs would get a dead tail from being washed outside in the freezing cold. You don't even have to wash your dog. If you go out on a rainy day and it's windy, you could get a dead tail. So you could put a coat on your dog for a start. But yeah, bathing your dog outside in the cold is not a good idea. Why I'm not going to... Like for the show the other day, I had this and I still went up to my grooming room and got the dog ready because it was cold. I wouldn't attempt to bath the dog for about 10-15 minutes outside with these two. Probably take me 10 minutes if that, actually, on a normal day. But when it's freezing cold, the worst thing you can do is prolong it. To get it done as fast as possible, rinse the dog, dry the dog, get the dog in the car, which is what I've done. I've layered up the car with towels. I've got a bath mat, like what you'd stand on yourself. You don't need to buy one what says dog mat. 3 times the price because it's got dog on or pet on. Just a bath mat, a towel again, and then what I've been doing is making my car like a drying cabinet. A dog grooming drying cabinet is about 2.5-3 grand, and it's got fans underneath and it's really hot, almost like a microwave for dogs, some people call them. I turn my car into a drying cabinet, the dog's layered up on towels, and crank the heating up. It's going to take me 10 minutes to get home. I sometimes have to go and pick my son up from the bus stop, sit and wait, don't you? You don't just pick them up from the bus stop, you have to go and get your space. Another 10 minutes. So within 20 minutes, the dog is almost like sat in a drying cabinet in my car. And I say when he gets home, it's pretty dry. If you have got a setter or a dog with feathers, with coat underneath, by making the dog's coat wet, if you've got knots, you're going to multiply the knots. So as soon as I've washed him, dried him, he's sat in the car, he's part dried, he comes back and he does go on the table then, and then I will finish him off, dry him just with an old hairdryer I've got here. I've got a grooming table to keep him in place, and I'll make sure that all the coat is brushed through and combed through so there's no knots as well. But that is a big tip about the dead tail, and I say if you just don't prolong it outside. If your dogs are in a kennel, just use your, if you've not got heating in your kennels. I had 10 dogs before and they were in kennels with no heating. I'd insulated the pen. They used to get absolutely filthy in the winter. I'll try and bring a photo up of Billy and Gertie, and absolutely caked in mud. My dogs would not be bathed and put back in when they were muddy. What they would be on is shredded paper. So I do feel your pain if you've got a load of dogs and it's just horrible to see your dogs wet, cold and full of mud. But the best thing to do is you can buy a bale of shredded paper, like white shredded paper. When it comes to my dog, it's got a lot of white on it and you don't want any dye coming off the paper, which can happen when the dog's wet and they get on the paper. But basically get some shredded paper, let the dogs dry off on the shredded paper, go and fluff it back up if they're outside. You can even do it inside if you've got a dog room and you think, I can't face bathing all these dogs. Let them dry off and then the next day brush them. Your table will be absolutely covered in dust and mud, but it will come off. You'll know yourself if you've got setters. The dog can go out on a muddy walk, especially your Irish setters. The next day they look clean. They are. But your house isn't, is it? Your house will be full of dust. And that's what I don't want, which is what this is solving, that problem of my house being covered in dust. you know, so I am with you when you've got a lot of dogs, and if your dogs are in the house, I get why you do want them clean. I totally get that, but I say when I had my 9, 10 dogs, I was not rinsing them every night. And it's horrible putting them to bed when they're wet. But yeah, my kennel was full. You'd have cobwebs, and it was just, you'd have to put a mask on to go and clean all the dust up. And that's what's going to be in your house if you don't rinse your dog off when they're covered in mud. Which for 60 quid. Jesus, I don't care if you buy it or not. I'm just telling you because I understand the problems. Another thing, if you've not got heating in your kennels, is do not bath the dog and then put it in a cold kennel. You'll finish the dog off. You really will give a dog hypothermia by doing that. You're going to have to just towel dry the dog down, and I say shredded paper. Keep the kennel warm if you can. If you're going to bath the dog in the winter, in my opinion, you put the dog in the house in the warm, if that's really what you want to do. However you're going to bath the dog. And if you're going to do it with this, the dog needs to be coming back in the house. Now they've finished off drying, or you put a toweling coat on the dog. One other thing, I actually can't remember what the other thing was. But yeah, there are some major points really with your dogs being wet and it being cold. That for me, yeah, it saved me a lot of money on buying my hydro bath, which I will have at some point in the garden to make it convenient. But for the time being, yeah, they're good. You can use it for other things. Other things. They'd say you can clean your car, clean your boot, you can clean anything with it. I actually cleaned the bathroom with it the other day. I did. Just let my son have a go with it and see how powerful it was. It's alright. There you go. That's my little review on it.